What's up? It's Guru Jojo, and in this video I'm going to be speaking about the astrological components related to having like music talents, basically, or being musically inclined. So this could be as far as like as simple as being able to sing, like having a singing talent, or just being able to rap, or just being able to have a voice for music potentially, and also being able to compose music and everything like that. So in general, before I go over this, I am going to briefly go over important components of astrology. So in astrology, you have personal planets. Your personal planets have to do with your personal identity for the most part. It makes up the way that you represent yourself, and what people could see from you. So this is going to be the sun, the moon, Mercury, Mars, Venus. Has to do with your personal self, those 5 planets. Then you have social planets in astrology. Your social planets have more to do with the way that you socially expand yourself versus the way that you may socially limit yourself. And also it has to do more so with the people in your age range usually all have the same Jupiter and Saturn. So Jupiter and Saturn are the social planets in astrology. Then you also have your outer planets. Your outer planets are going to be Pluto, Uranus, Neptune. These planets have a lot to do with musical talents when they're connected to personal planets, and I'll go over that. But in general, the outer planets have more so to do with larger collectives. So a lot of people within further age ranges all have the same Pluto, all have the same Uranus, all have the same Neptune. All right. Now, in general, music has to do with extreme Venus energy. So extreme expressions of love and extreme expressions of beauty is music, and that creates something like a rainbow, basically. So the extreme Venus sign is actually Neptune. Neptune is connected to Pisces. Like Neptune basically rules Pisces, and it rules the 12th house of self-undoing. So a lot of times people that may kind of be to themselves and they don't really express their emotions and feelings too much, and then it's like weird because they express it in art, like they could do all this stuff artistically and it comes off secretive like that. A lot of times those type of people are good at music because they actually have the ability to transform their emotional states into something else in their imaginative realm, which is the 12th house. The 12th house of self-undoing has to do specifically with being to the self and being up in your own imagination. And if the person then has a responsibility aspect also connected towards them, so for example, if somebody has like maybe 12 house planets or a strong connection to Neptune with a personal planet, remember Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, or missing something. Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars. Didn't I say 5 planets? Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, even the ascendant too, but I feel like I said something else too, but whatever. We kind of get the point. If you have Neptune connected to that, I think I missed the moon, that's what it was. So the moon connected to that as well. And this is also a huge indicator possibly of being connected to the 12th house of self-undoing. So it's like if somebody has something like that, in alignment like that, in combination with a Saturn energy, meaning that they're responsible with it, because the 12th house can indicate that you're so stuck in your goddamn imagination that you allow others to subconsciously influence you, and now your ass is locked up in prison, okay? Because the 12th house is an area that can indicate prisons, because it indicates you kind of went loco, like you lost yourself a little bit because you allowed so much subconscious influences to influence you. And so that's another way that you have to self-undo, meaning you're doing time. You understand? So if somebody has Saturn connected with that, though, that can make them more responsible. So they're more aware of these sort of things, and Saturn would make them socially limit themselves, right? Remember I said Saturn is a social planet along with Jupiter. Jupiter is also ruled by Pisces in the 12th house. That makes you socially expand, which can get you in trouble. So that's, if the person has that in combination with Saturn, they would limit themselves and they would take responsibility over their 12th house of Neptune, Pisces, of the imaginative realm. So they take responsibility over that rainbow vibration, basically. I hope I'm making sense. I'm trying to say it like the best way as possible without getting too like astrologically scientific and stuff. But that's the main thing, is if there's like some sort of earthly vibration. So this could be Saturn, which is ruled by Capricorn and Aquarius. This could be Mercury, which is ruled by Gemini, which is an air sign, but it's also ruled by Virgo, which is an earth sign. So if they have like a good Mercury sign or something like that, and if they have a good Venus sign or something like that, which is also connected to Taurus as well as Libra. Taurus is the earth sign. Now they're bringing that imaginative, dreamy realm and they're putting it into practicality in some way. But Saturn's going to be it's going to hold the most strength in them taking responsibility over that creativity, that imagination. So that's the first indicator of somebody having creative musical talents. Having some sort of planet, a personal planet connected to Pisces. So this would indicate either Pisces specifically, Neptune, Jupiter, or planets in the 12th house. And in combination with Saturn, meaning that Pisces creativity energy, that psychic ability, that imaginative energy is being structured into responsibility. So this could indicate things like publishing your creativity. You get me? And so another indicator of good musical talent would be, and you probably won't read this from anywhere, because it's more specific, but Pluto. Okay, now here's the thing with Pluto. Generally speaking, Pluto by itself may indicate people around you having these talents. And you may have a shared value with them. So this could just mean that you're a person who helps them out with it, or you're a person that are around them, or a person that supports them, or you may end up doing it too because the people around you are all doing it. But it also may indicate something, because it depends too on if it's retrograde or not, which I'm not going to get into in this video. But in general, it could indicate that what Pluto would do is that you would end up expressing what everybody is holding back. So Pluto is going to be what everyone's holding back, which this would indicate things like desires, intentions, envy. You would catch them vibes, and then you would end up channeling that energy into creative endeavors. The thing with Pluto though was that a lot of times this could indicate things like mocking, and I feel like you could be good at covers and stuff like that if you have strong Pluto. Like you may be a good cover artist or something, because a lot of times Pluto just indicates like, you know, kind of like a mocking energy. Now when you get into things like Uranus could make you inventive. So a lot of times people who have strong Uranus, they may have the ability to be able to create new genres and stuff like that, or unique music. So those are the main planets that have to do with musical talents. Like I said, Pluto, I feel like has a lot to do with maybe being able to do covers. Like the person may have a powerful voice because they may hold back a lot of their intentions and their emotions and feelings, to the point that maybe if they have something like a Pisces energy or a Neptune energy or a Jupiter energy, they can be socially expressive in what was being held back from that Plutonic energy. Uranus, you know, in combination with a Pluto energy could allow the person to be able to transform some sort of expression into a new way of expressing the self. So this could be a creation of a new genre or something like that. But in general, you know, another indicator of musical talents, I feel like, is Uranus, because music is a form of communication, which is still connected to Venus, obviously, but I feel like extreme communication. So this could be connected to something like Uranus or Aquarius energy or Saturn energy or the 11th house, which is all connected to Aquarius, because this would allow for the person to express themselves in a fixed way. So the person may literally communicate oftentimes almost as if it sounds like it's music. So they may even talk like they're singing or something. Like they may just have a voice where you see, this is where things are similar to the the homosexual communities, because it's like, you know, sometimes there's a particular type of communication that, you know, gay people have. Like, I'm not even trying to be like stereotypical, but a lot of times, you know, a gay guy, like a stereotypical gay male, may drag his voice, right? But then when you sing, you drag your voice. You see where those things are similar, they line up, but it's just like shared values for a different reason. So any type of like Sagittarius or Jupiter type of expression, again, that's Pisces still, this could indicate a musical talent. But then it still could just indicate like you utilizing your voice in a fixed way that is appealing to others, but it's extreme. So this could be like a radio voice and stuff like that. That's connected to things like Uranus. I hope I'm making sense. And Aquarius energy and all that stuff. So those are another indicator of good musical talents. And the last main indicator is going to be the fifth house and Leo energy. And Leo energy has anything to do with just the entertainment industry in general. So it could be modeling, singing, dancing, comedy, all of that stuff. Leo is the entertainment industry. So people that have a lot of Leo energy in their natal chart, in their birth chart, in their astrology chart, have a stronger possibility of having a musical talent. They may be more inclined though to kind of getting that attention from their looks though, because Leo deals with the light. So a lot of times the light, you know, is what's helping them. So they may be more into music videos and stuff like that, to be completely honest, when you have Leo. Whereas Aquarius, which is opposite of Leo, may be more into their vocals, like their voice. So they may not have as much music videos, or they may hide themselves or something. Like, you know, like Sia, you never see Sia. Like, she literally said Sia to everyone, like, peace out. You won't ever really see her. She'll have somebody else in her music videos and stuff. She don't really show herself. She probably don't got no Leo planets, or if she does, it's probably in like the 11th house or something like that, or maybe with a Scorpio vibe she may have, or something where she may just seem to like hide herself. So yeah, any sort of Leo planets or planets in the fifth house can definitely make you incline towards the entertainment industry. It may not necessarily be music, but I feel like music is a huge part of the entertainment industry. So there's a strong possibility that you would get attention in the area of music, or at least, like I said, entertainment in some way with the Leo energy. And Leo also rules the fifth house. And also too, maybe if you have like the Sun conjunct Neptune, definitely a huge music talent. I got this orgonite on the back of my phone for that, what do you call it, EMF protection. So anyways, if I'm not mistaken, Neptune is Neptune's in Pisces. So you can't assume that every Pisces is a musician right now, right? So at the end of the day, it just really represents that there's a Neptune vibe connected to a lot of Pisces. Pisces already ruled by Neptune, but right now it's a little bit stronger. So Pisces have a little bit of a more creative talent, or their creativity is more so enhanced at this time. This could even indicate like just wanting to just read a lot of books, you know what I'm saying, or watch a lot of series, like fantasy type of stuff, like Game of Thrones all day, you know what I'm saying? It just depends. As I'm saying, it depends on things like Saturn and stuff, because Saturn makes you want to build something, a status for yourself. So when Saturn's in combination with these creative abilities, a lot of the time this indicates that a person could be very successful. Like, I've looked at many people's charts who do music, known people, like people who are well known, and a lot of times they have planets in the 10th house, or they have some sort of Saturn component or something like that in their chart. So I know I'm like flip-flopping through things, but it's just like thoughts. Like I said, I didn't structure this. I literally just know this stuff off top. So so the moon in combination with the upper houses, okay, could indicate musical talents and expression. Sagittarius could make you more expressive in extreme ways. So for example, it can make you like more like switch up your voice. Gemini too is like this. So the Gemini Sagittarius opposition, the Leo Aquarius opposition. Aquarius is about attracting audience towards you too a lot of the time, and like this is about stuff like preferences, ideals and things like that. So this could be like fan base or just attracting like specific people from platforms. So it can make somebody an entrepreneur. Same thing with Sagittarius. But the entrepreneurship energy in the music industry, they work hand in hand. Like, you know, this is brand versus art. So what's the brand of your art? You know what I'm saying? So this starts to turn into things like labeling and stuff like that. So and branding things. So then, you know, it's even social media and stuff. Like you have a name on social media, right? Oftentimes different than your real name. That's a brand name. So then you're attracting an audience towards you from that energy. It's all the same thing. But when you start to get that energy up in like the upper houses and stuff, this is now becoming like reputable. Like it's something that many people are seeing. So then that would incline you towards being known by a larger group of people, which could indicate that you could be in the music industry. So you see, it's complex because it could be anything. You know, you could be a sports player and stuff. A lot of people with 10th house planets, they are just athletes and stuff, but it's like something to do with well-known energy. Leo is more so specifically the entertainment industry. So you could be a model, you could be a singer, you could be a dancer, you could be anything, you could be an actor. But the 10th house is more so about like careers and professions. So you could even just be a hairstylist, you know, with the 10th house energy, and you're attracting still like audience or clients to you. And then you can deal with a lot of musicians, you see? So it's really, you have to really look at the whole chart. But in general, to be able to sing or something, you just have to have a good Venus energy. Maybe having Venus in the 5th house, Mercury in the 5th house, people are entertained by the way that you're communicating with Venus and Mercury in the 5th house. Also having these planets in the 1st house. So houses that deal a lot with like people are entertained by, you know, your communication style and stuff. Planets in the 1st house, Venus and Mercury especially, I feel like, planets in the 5th house, planets in the 10th house, planets in the 9th house, planets in the 11th house, and I would say 7th a little bit too. This would indicate, you know, things like music. Being a good writer or something, planets in the 3rd house. An underground writer, planets in the 8th house maybe, or something like that. Like behind the scenes, people may, you know, be influenced by you or something like that. 8th house a lot of the time. Or Scorpio energy. I think that's all I really want to say for this video in particular. I feel like Uranus energy too could indicate things like being able to express yourself with that kind of like sarcastic flair. Same thing with Aquarius energy and Capricorn. But also too, it can make you express yourself in extreme ways with Uranus. So this could be things like you could be in the music industry, but you may be an extremist in the music industry. So you may be an opera singer, or you may be a metal singer. Maybe with a Uranus Pluto energy, or 11th house, 8th house, or Scorpio and Aquarius energy together. The main indicator of being musically creative would be Neptune, Pisces, Jupiter, or 12th house energy in combination with a personal planet and Saturn. This allows you to bring the creativity into a structured and responsible way. So, in other words, you would actually work on your creativity. You may be a beat maker, you may be a singer, a rapper, or all three, and you're able to actually create a composition and a piece to be published. So, I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching. Blessings, light, and love. Peace out.